The Russian military-industrial complex and logistical hubs continue to burn, from Voronezh to occupied Crimea. While drones are systematically destroying fuel supplies on Russian territory, in the occupied areas, defense forces are taking out enemy air defense systems and command posts. Just last night, the strikes covered more than 6 locations. Sofia Zelinska will tell us about the SBU's long-range calculations and the successful hunt for Tor systems.
The night of January 28th proved fatal for the energy infrastructure of the Voronezh region. The Kokolskaya oil depot came under attack. The General Staff confirmed that petroleum products caught fire and the thick column of smoke could be seen for kilometers.
See that? That's a break in the sky. And that's the smoke rising. It's coming from over there.
At the same time, details emerged about the previous attack on the Tamaneftegas terminal in the Krasnodar region. The scale of the damage is staggering. The fire covered an area of 6,200 square meters. 3 huge storage tanks, each with a capacity of 10,000 cubic meters, were destroyed.
The Tamaneftegas oil terminal in Russia's Krasnodar region was hit. A fire covering about 6,200 square meters and damage to 3 10,000 cubic meter tanks has been confirmed.
It was no less intense in occupied Crimea. The air raid alert in Sevastopol lasted for more than 5 hours. The Crimean bridge was closed for 7 hours, and local residents reported powerful explosions in the areas of the Kacha and Saki airfields. In Sevastopol, the occupiers even shut off the internet to conceal the aftermath of the kamikaze drone attacks. The main trophy of the Crimean night was the Torum 2 anti-aircraft missile system. Near the village of Kacha, its destruction is part of a systematic effort to blind the enemy's air defense. Just in the past few days, 3 enemy radar stations, G, NBU, and NBM, have been destroyed on the peninsula. Alpha SBU special forces have also joined the game deep behind enemy lines. Their long-range strategy has already cost the Kremlin over $1 billion. Over the past year, 5 airfields have come under attack. The result? 11 fighter jets and bombers from Su-30s to MiG-31s and 4 helicopters will never take to the skies again. Along with the aircraft, ammunition depots also went up in flames. Systematic demilitarization continues along the front line. In the Donetsk region, near Velika Novosilka, a UAV command post was destroyed. In the Luhansk region, near Nizhnya Duvanka, an ammunition depot was blown up. In the Zaporizhzhia region, near Huliaipol and Ontot. In the Dnipropetrovsk region, near Berezove, battalion command posts were hit. This is not the first strike on the enemy's fuel supply lines. The day before, Defense Force units struck the Sloviansk Eco plant in Kuban, which processes 4 million tons of oil annually for the needs of the occupying army. The Russian Ministry of Defense routinely reports dozens of intercepted targets, but the fires at oil depots and the destruction of aircraft prove otherwise. Sofia Zelinska, Podrobnosti, Intermarathon TV channel, United News.
I will discuss successes behind enemy lines and the situation at the front with our guest in the studio. This is Denys Popovych, military analyst. Mr. Denys, once again, welcome. Glory to Ukraine.
Glory to the heroes.
We had planned to start with something else. Our conversation, but this information has come up, it's spreading, so we can't ignore it, about the so-called energy truce. The first source is Russian regional. Propagandists, war correspondents. They are claiming that supposedly Russian troops have been forbidden from targeting Ukraine's energy facilities. So far, there is no official confirmation. Peskov refused to comment on this. We also see this information coming from our own bloggers. The founder of Kraken is writing about this, supposedly. For now, this is unofficial, but I would like to know if this is true, if it gets confirmed. What will Russia get out of it? If such a truce is reached, does that mean we will be protected, right? Our energy sector. Or is it still not guaranteed? But what do we lose if we don't strike their energy facilities?
First of all, again, based on what's circulating online, and again, according to all these Russian war correspondents, the so-called truce is until February 3rd. And
so it's not indefinite?
It's until February 3rd, so that's 5 days.
It is now the 29th day of the month, and we are moving forward.
30th, 31st. There are those days in January, 5 days. If we count from yesterday, that's 5 days, right during the period of severe frosts that are expected in the near future. So we get an unconditional pause in this sense, if it actually happens, of course. A pause that will allow us to somehow stabilize the electricity situation, to connect those buildings that are not yet connected. to resolve the heating issues wherever it is possible to do so. Perhaps to prepare for new shelling, which will undoubtedly occur after the pause ends.
Mentioned. The president says Intel is preparing and providing information.
There's no need to have any illusions about this and so on. In other words, they will happen. But this will be a pause that will allow these men to improve the situation a little, as much as that's even possible. Because we see what's happening in Kyiv, what the situation is like in the buildings, what's going on there. If you have access to the neighborhood chats, you can read what's happening there, the kinds of things people write. What does the Russian Federation get? The Russian Federation gets a halt to strikes on oil industry facilities. First and foremost, again, if this is until the 3rd, after the 3rd occurrence, if it truly is exactly as it has been written, then all of this will simply resume once again.